All right, on 20, it says match each polynomial function with its constant term. I told you how to do this. We're going to multiply all the constants together. So this one we're going to get -2 times -3 times positive 7. -2 times -3 is positive 6 times 7 equals 42. So that's going to be number 4. This one, we're going to 2 times -3 times 7. 2 times -3 is -6 times 7 is -42. So that's going to be this one. This one, when we get finished, we got to multiply by the 1/2 out here. -2 times -3 is positive 6 times 7 is 42 times 1/2 is -21. Sorry, positive 21. So that's this one. This time we multiply them all together, we got to multiply by 5. So we got -2 times -3 is 6 times 7 is 42. 42 times 5 is 210. That's this one. Now we're going to multiply by -5. Bless you. -2 times -3 is positive 6 times 7 is positive 42 times -5 is -210. That's this one. Just multiply all the constants together to get the constant term. That's all you do on this. Okay? Number 21 tells you polynomial function has a known factor of x plus 4. Oh, sorry. Rewrite it as a product of linear factors using the zeros on your graph. So it's telling you you can graph it, find the zeros, and then rewrite it. We can also do the division. So we're going to do the division because we know how to do that. So we're going to make and divide x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8. Divide by x plus 4. X times what makes x cubed, that's x squared. Multiply it times what's out here, and we get x cubed plus 4x squared. And we subtract that. And 3x squared minus 4x squared is negative x squared. Bring down the rest. X times what makes negative x squared, that's negative x. Multiply that times what's outside, you get negative x squared minus 4x. Subtract that. These cancel. Negative 6x minus negative 4x makes 2x. Bring down the negative 8. X times what makes 2x? That's plus 2. 2 times that outside makes 2x plus 8. Is that right? Something is wrong. -2, you're right. You're right. Good catch. Good catch. That's -2. That's going to make this negative 2x minus 8. Now we're in business. Good catch. 0. So that means that this, p of x, is x plus 4, or known factor, times x squared minus x minus 2, which is another quadratic, and we know how to factor that because we're looking for two numbers to multiply, make -2, and the same two numbers have to add to make -1. Two numbers that multiply make -2. -2 times 1 and -2 plus 1. Those add to make -1. So that means this is going to be x minus 2 times x plus 1. That's writing as a product of its linear factors. We're going to do the same thing on 22. Given x plus 2 is a factor, we're going to divide x cubed plus 8x squared plus 5x minus 14 by x plus 2. X times what makes x cubed? Multiply it on the outside, get x cubed plus 2x squared, and subtract that. 8x squared minus 2x squared makes 6x squared. Let's bring them down. Ask ourselves what times x makes 6x squared? And that's going to be 6x. Multiply it on the outside. 6x squared plus 12x, and subtract that. 6x squareds cancel. 5x minus 12x makes -7x. Bring down the -14. Ask ourselves what times x makes -7x? That's -7. Multiply that on the outside and get negative 7x minus 14 and subtract. That makes 0. So that tells us that b of x is our x plus 2 times x squared plus 6x minus 7. And we can factor that quadratic. Two numbers that multiply to make negative 7 and add to make positive 6. 7 times negative 1 makes negative 7. 7 plus negative 1 makes 6. So this is x plus 7 times x minus 1. And that's written as a product of linear factors. 23 says, which polynomial function has zeros when x equals 5, 2/3, and negative 7? Let's start with 5. If I plug in 5 here, I get 10. Here I get 10. Here I get 0. That's good. And here I get 0. So it's down to one of C or D. Let's plug in negative 7 because that's easy. If I plug in negative 7 here, I get negative 14. We're going to cancel that out. Oops, sorry, we already canceled this out. So we can cancel all those. Here I'm going to get negative, sorry, this is going to be 0. That's check. This is going to be 0. Check. So now we got to plug in the others. Let's plug in 2/3 to this one. 2 times 2/3 minus 3. If you plug that into your calculator, you will not get 0. So we're going to throw that one out. If we plug in 3 times 2/3 minus 2, and that one you will get 0 if you plug it in. So D is your answer. That's a 7-minute video. We're going to stop there and make the last video.